Hi Year 12s, this is exercise 14A, question 8. Okay, right, we're told the normal to this curve at this point is parallel to this straight line. And we have to figure out what the missing numbers are there, A and B. Okay, so if we think about how do we get a normal, so we need to have a point and we need to have a gradient. Okay. Well, we're given a point and we're kind of given a gradient. Let's see what it would be. So we've got x minus 2y plus 14 is 0. If we rearrange this to make y the subject, we can find out the gradient. So let's first of all add 2y to both sides and then divide both sides by 2. Okay, so that means that the normal is parallel to this line, so the gradient of the normal is a half. Okay, right, now this hasn't helped us solve anything, so let's think about how we normally go about working out the equation of the normal. So to do that, we would take our x value and substitute it in to get our y value. So let's do that. So we've got y is ax cubed, plus bx squared. So we know the y coordinate should be 2, and when we put x as 1 in there, we get a plus b. So there's an equation involving a and b, okay, but it's got both of them in there, we can't solve it. Right, let's think about how we normally get the gradient. Well, we differentiate, don't we? So if we differentiate, remember that a is just a number. So we would do whatever this number is times 3x squared. So that will give us 3ax squared. And then when we differentiate this, b is just a number. So we do that number times, it would be 2x. So it's plus 2bx. Okay? Now we have figured out that the gradient of the normal is a half, but when you differentiate, that gives you the gradient of the tangent. So that means if we would normally take the negative reciprocal to get the normal, so if we do that backwards, we get minus 2 as our gradient of our tangent. So let's substitute in. So we know the gradient of the tangent is minus 2 at the point we're interested in, which is where x is 1. So let's substitute x as 1 in here. We get 3a times 1 plus 2b times 1. So here's our other equation involving a and b. So we found the point and we found the gradient from the information in the question, but also following our usual process. And by matching those up, we've got two equations in two unknowns. Okay, so I'm going to double this one here. So I'll call that one, let's call that one number 1 and this one number 2. So if I do 2 times number 1, then I'm going to get 4 is equal to 2a plus 2b. And then I'm going to subtract the second equation from the first. So I've got negative 2 take away 4 is negative 6. 3a take away 2a is a. 2b take away 2b is 0. So we've got a is negative 6. And now if we substitute that into 1, we get 2 is equal to negative 6 plus b. So that then gives us that b is equal to 4. Okay, so we've got b is 4 and a is negative. Oh, sorry, no. b has got to be 8 to get past the 0. And a is negative 6.